Coley here. You should subscribe to my channel because otherwise real ones don't get famous and only people who do this kind of dumb shit do, you know?
I don't know shit. I don't know shit.
Call it. Go ask preacher man.
Today's Revolutionary is on service being a cure to suffering. We had a friend commit suicide who was a very happy, brilliant, amazing soul. A lot of life left in him, tragically cut short because he went neurotic and after coming out of depressive funk, a lot of psychiatric issues. And Carl Jung has a phrase, thank God he turned neurotic, because the mud of depression is worse than the fragmentation of neurosis that eventually the light comes through. So if you can stick with it when you're in deep, dark suffering, you will get to the other side and you will experience some of the best blessings, light, and insights you'll ever have. But it's a scary, perilous journey between the dark subconscious and rising to the light. And it can happen multiple times in your life. It's going to happen to everybody. We think life is one line up, but it's more like this. Nothing in nature grows straight. It's a messy thing for a seed out of the pavement into a tree. Nature itself is vicious with things eating each other and decomposing and storms. And we have this idea of life being happiness and just happiness. And my life needs to be so happy and, positive psychology, which obviously I believe in. But I think one way to be positive is to accept the inherent pain, suffering, struggle that's baseline in any life. Like, part of life is fucked. And right now our whole country and society is still in anger and denial about that. So we're yelling at each other and why is it hurt? And why is there pandemics? And why are my friends dying of diabetes and cancer? And all these things that we absolutely have to fix and do a better job of to progress this social experiment, society, earth, nature, community. And at the same time, we got to accept first that a part of life is fucked. It's a standard life has a bunch of fuckness. Baseline. I mean, you could have a big heroic life where you went to war and one day you see 3 of your friends artillery shelled and that's a dark day, and then you're gonna have to do it again tomorrow. And then there's just a baseline life where your aunt gets diabetes or cancer, or every single one of us watches our loved ones get mowed down, guaranteed. Like, that's just a normal standard life, is watching things you really love die. I mean, that's fucked, right? And I hope by the end of this podcast you understand this is a positive message. But if you don't accept the dark and the sad and the struggle and the pain, the suffering as part of it, you're going to be rebelling against an ideal that you can never achieve. Why isn't it perfect? Why isn't it happy? Why is it hurt? It's always going to fucking hurt somewhat. Pick your various religious texts. Buddhism says it's the mastering of suffering. It's not the absence of it, And let's take Jesus, right? Jeebus. Love was his answer, to give to others, right? And so the best religions and spiritual guides are about using service to heal from that suffering. And so I know in my own life, going through health journeys, trying to create enlightenment, revolutionary ideas to help the world, but also being in a lot of pain and things, the cure for me of the suffering was service. Because if let's just say I'm not a great person, I'm not Jesus, I'm not a hero. Let's just say, as a joke here, I'm just a selfish human. And if I view my life through the lens of self, and the whole point is to just make me happy. It's through the lens of self, so you're going to always need more or to do more or comparing to a better ideal, or when it doesn't live up to it, it's so sad and hurts. And it's always going to be reflecting on a need. But if you instead make the point of your life service, not self, not because you're Jesus, not because you're Buddha, not because you're a hero, because it's a good thing to do for yourself and others in life, it's actually the cure to suffering. Because through the lens of service, any pain or suffering is worth it. You're doing something with it. You're using it for good. So, for example, you got 80 years, hopefully, of being in a meat sack. You know, this body's not too different from a kielbasa that you could just throw on a grill. You know, it's meat. Okay, my body is here, and 80 years later, it's throw it in a dumpster. It's meat. There's nothing cool about it. There's a lot of meat out there. Squirrel dies on the road. Cool, meat. Kielbasa. I'm in a kielbasa, right? But this chi, my Tao, my life essence, my light, my flicker, my candle, my soul of being Koli or whatever for 80 years is a gift to be used in service to other lights, candles that get a temporal stay in their kielbasa meat sack until they go. And the idea of walking 80 years in kielbasa, getting fucking grilled and poked and eaten sounds terrible. But if I use my kielbasa to help others, and at the end, I did 80 years of poetry of using my light to help others to make their journeys better, and then you throw my kielbasa in a dumpster, that's dope. That's fucking dope. That's a good use of chi. That's a good use of energy. And now you've inverted the whole pain thing. You're, fuck me, you know? So it takes a while to get there, but I can tell you it helps. And I'm not saying be a martyr. Certainly don't try to rush your kielbasa years. Take good care of the kielbasa and wear sunscreen because you can get burnt. But service will help your suffering a lot. Promise you. Love y'all.
I don't know shit. Right now 76, thinking. I don't know shit. I don't know shit.